When we can lose the stigma, the negative stigma that cannabis is bad, cannabis is this and that it's a negative plant, and we stick it into the wellness platform and nutrition even, okay? Because we have an endocannabinoid system, then can we understand what the benefits are? Then can we do research and actually extract the things that matter the most? And I think it starts with having the conversation of progress, the conversation of critical thinking, and actually approaching it from a human and scientific perspective.
It's our priority not to harm others. And so when we're discussing creating a law, or we're discussing doing anything, if we came from a point of, rather than thinking about me, thinking, if I do this, is this going to affect somebody else adversely? I think that if we all in our society thought of that, first do no harm, well, we would obviously live in a much better place. That seems so far away from here. Share that philosophy that we are all connected, that we are all one. I'd say from the time I started self-actualization when I was 21, meditation and self-reflection. I came to these truths because I went inside myself and I read spiritual teachings and they resonated for me. No, I came from a blank slate, and I guess I'm grateful for that as well, because I have a lot of people that are recovering from being Catholic or recovering Mormon, and it's very hard for them to get a concept like I'm saying, that all is one and as above, so below. It's very hard when you come from a religion and it's such a dogma. And you're force-fed all of these beliefs about going to hell, and you can't question. The one thing that I am firm about is that the truths that I know to be true have come from intense introspection. Definitely not from the external reality, which again reminds us that when you go within, the answers are there. When you react to what is going on externally, that's not truth.
So when we go within, it's like asking the mind, what's the truth? A lot of times, we get so caught up in what knowledge brings to the world that we actually don't interpret how that affects us internally. To tie this in with cannabis, there's so much negative stereotypes against cannabis. Marijuana is actually a term that's used to have a negative context for cannabis. And I think that a lot of people say marijuana and they think about people that do bad things. These elements that make up this plant are helping people every single day. They're saving lives. Too often we get so wrapped up in Fox News, we get too wrapped up in big media. Look at cannabis and wellness in this world that can work together, where people can utilize things like CBD, that's a part of the cannabis plant. CBD, THC. I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert in the field, but I was able to interview some remarkable people that are doing things in this specific field.
identified compounds of the cannabis plant. And it is found in both the psychedelic variety of cannabis, but it's more so found in the hemp varieties or non-psychoactive variety of hemp. So there's many different cannabinoids that make up either hemp or the psychoactive cannabis plant. They're all making an attempt to mimic your own natural anandamide in your system. Anandamide is a molecule that your body produces, and it's basically there as a coping mechanism. So anandamide will bond to a receptor in the body called the endocannabinoid system. So we quite literally have a system in our body meant to attach and receive information from these cannabinoids. When the anandamide, or CBD in this case, attaches to the endocannabinoid receptors, it then will do things like decrease pain, but more so it's an attempt to create an overall sense of well-being or to create homeostasis in the body, which is absolutely vital for wellness and healing. One out of the two most common feedback that I get from people who have used, applied it, is either they feel sleepy or they feel alert. And after I kind of ask a few more questions to those who have claimed to be sleepy, what I am noticing is that these are people who are usually having some sort of neurological symptom. So in a sense, their body is just so amped up, so stimulated, they just can't calm down. And so when the CBD gets in their system, it finally offers that support to say, let's exhale, let's just take a moment, calm down. And then the body initiates repair.
The endocannabinoid system is in all of us. All of us as human beings. You watching right now, you have an endocannabinoid system. And this is a system that's not fully explored. A lot of doctors didn't go to school to learn about this system, and it's something that needs to be satisfied. When we feel dehydrated, we need water. When we feel hungry, we need nutrition. The endocannabinoid system is the same idea. And it's something that needs to be explored because people are benefiting left and right. I've used cannabis in a way that serves me with my anxiety. And whenever I feel anxious or stressed out, I don't always go to cannabis, but it has helped me in the past. Too often I see people that use cannabis to relieve their pain, relieve stress, and even to just find balance in their life, and they're not addicts. These are people that are productive. They're doing things every single day to serve our communities. And so there's nothing wrong with cannabis. Let me say that again. There's nothing wrong with cannabis. In fact, the endocannabinoid system is within all of us as human beings, and we need to embrace that. We need to respect that. And if we don't fully understand it, let's shed some light onto it. We need to live in synergy with planet Earth. We need to understand that every single one of us are connected somehow. Going back to Krista's idea about wellness and being a connected person with the universe and with each other. Not reacting, but looking internal to find the answers. Because at the end of the day, we, as human beings, have all the answers, but we get so caught up in opinions, in judging the situation, having these thoughts that go past us, and we attach to those thoughts, and we ride along with the wave, and we get so caught up in suffering and ideas that only make us anxious, and we get into the comparison trap, all sorts of things that don't really serve us, right? But you can be empowered. You are someone that has a voice, that has something to offer the world, and you should never ever forget that. This is the first episode of Whole Heart, and I love that I'm able to communicate and connect with all of you. There is some instilled knowledge in our next episode where we talk about what it means to work as an entrepreneur. Not only that, but to just decide for yourself what it means to be well, what it means to be happy, what it means to be free. Every one of us has a journey that we go through, and although we might be up, one day we'll be down. Stay tuned.